Welcome back to the Big Saturday Show. So move over, Seattle. The new most woke place on earth is Disney. And its customers and employees are taking notice. A gay worker of the company is slamming the media giant over its stance on Florida's parental rights law, saying Disney does not speak for me. He writes this in Substack. The bill does not mention the word gay once. The purposely misleading nickname, Don't Say Gay, was a Trojan horse. It drew people in, it got them all fired up because they thought the bill was attacking gay people. The detractors of the bill used this to lure you in, but they wanted to hide the gender ideology part of the bill, which is what people should really be concerned about. The public was being played and gay people were being used as pawns. So just to start out, controversial opinion, but I think Disney World is overrated, too many people, and it's too expensive. But Tyrus, about this, as the author writes, the bill does not mention gay once. Yet
not even, no, not once.
But
not
Tyrus,
even
we've got the media, we've got the left, they're calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. How did that happen?
Well, as an actor, I happen to know that we read scripts, and a lot of them are really long, thousands of hundreds of pages sometimes. This was like 6 to 7 pages long, so try reading it before you go against it. But again, this goes back to what I've been saying, and I have to recorrect myself. I used to say this was 10% of 10% on Twitter, but this is literally 10% of 10% of 10%. The woke don't really represent any particular group. It's all about individual achievement and virtue signaling for the individuals who do it. They're not interested in helping the greater good. It's about themselves. We saw this with Black Lives Matter. A few individuals who claimed they were fighting for us made a lot of money, bought a lot of homes, and got in trouble with the IRS, but yet never helped the victims of the people in trouble. That's what the woke is. That's why they get bored and they move on. They're just a big bully at school. And when you stand up to them, they just find somebody else to pick on. And so that's basically what this is, again, because a lot of my gay friends, especially men, one of the most proudest things is that they are a proud gay man. That is the point. They're not something else. They are still a man. So when you hear them attack, when they say boys and girls and things like that, has nothing to do with it. And 99% of for this individual who stepped up and said they don't represent me, they don't represent any of you. And that's the point.
Well, it seems like, I mean, progressives have their finger on what's going on Twitter with all these woke people like keyboard warriors, but not parents. You know, Laura, I want to read you some of these quotes from parents who are slamming Disney over this. This is an Oklahoma mother. She says this. She says, clearly the executives at Disney live in some kind of bubble and don't know everyday moms and dads like us. And then a New Jersey-based wife, sister, and aunt, they said this. They've tarnished their brand. Another parent, Ohio-based parent, and a grandparent says this. It is time to void your household of all things Disney. Laura, literally all this bill does is it says to school employees, you know, don't instruct on, you know, sexual orientation and gender identity for kids under 8. Why would progressives oppose that?
Who would oppose that? Who in their right mind thinks we should be talking to any child about sexuality, about sex? I mean, gosh, kids just grow up quick enough as it is. We really want to accelerate that. It is absolutely mind-boggling. But I imagine that Walt Disney is turning over in his grave right now, seeing how absurd this stance is that Disney took. They didn't need to take a stance at all. They didn't need to get involved in this at all. When corporations and companies do this, it is always the wrong move. It always hurts them. It always makes people dislike them because you have to remember that half the country, and I would say far more than half the country at this point, disagrees with whatever stance you're putting out there. It's just really insane because you think about Disney as the place, as a parent, that you can turn to for wholesome entertainment, where you're allowed to go escape these sort of things with your kids. And that is no more. People have very clearly seen that does not exist. There is an agenda. Maybe there's been an agenda all along that we didn't really know about. But I'll tell you one thing. I have never taken my kids to Disney. Fortunately, they are young enough that they're not yet interested. So maybe we got out of this whole deal scot-free. I will never have to take them to Disney.
They're going to miss that mom and dad money.
You saved a lot of money.
They're going to miss that mom and dad money.
Todd, you know, first of all,
really will.
I saw your reaction to my controversial statement about Disney, so we'll get to that. But first, you know, they're messing with someone in Governor Ron DeSantis who really isn't backing down from this fight with Disney. He's called into question this special self-governing status that Disney has in the state of Florida. They've had it for 55 years under state law. He said, you know what, maybe they shouldn't have this special self-governing status. There's also been state representatives who have said as much as, well, should they repeal it? Should they get rid of it?
I mean, it's a total boss move by DeSantis, and I think it's a great play. Whether or not it'll actually come to fruition is unclear, but it is a key move because DeSantis knows he has the people on his side. To Tyrus's point, this is a very, very small subset of employees that Disney is trying to placate. To Lara's point, think about the people that are not going to go to Disney World because of this. It's the mom and dad and 2.5 kids who are no longer going to spend a week at Disney properties, going to the parks, buying the food. Yet they're appealing to, again, that person on Twitter who may go there once every couple years to get some selfies with their friends to put on Instagram. It is a horrible business move. And to focus on the hypocrisy of it all. Where are these employees? Are they not fired up that Disney is trying to do business in about a dozen countries that prohibit homosexuality? And if you're really for gay rights, it seems like that's a great area to start.
Well, that's a great point. I mean, it's all BS, right? We all know this. They're maybe the only ones that don't, or they do and they just don't care. But I'm just not going to Disney because I'm cheap. I don't have kids yet.
I don't fit the ride.
That's a good point. Seriously, the prices at Disney have skyrocketed.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, I don't fit in the ride, so I never go.
You are very a large, strong man.
He's a large man.
I just didn't think of 6'8", 340 pounds when they built it. Apparently,
that'll
everyone
do
has to be like Tinkerbell. So
that'll do it.
It's no longer a small world after all when Tyrus hops in the boat.
Not with Tyrus. It's a big
crowded.
world.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.